Hi, everyone, and welcome to Dave's Bucket. Thank you for joining me for episode 9 of my amazing bucket list trip to Vietnam, Cambodia, with stopovers in Istanbul. In episode 9, I make my way over to Halong Bay for a day cruise on Ambassador Cruises. So I hope you watch episodes 1 through 8 to see my hijinks up to this point. But today we head to Halong. It was awesome. And right after the break, we will get into it. But before we do that, please subscribe, like, comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Very much appreciated. So let's go to Halong Bay. The plane, Vietnam Airlines, Airbus 321. Got a whole row to myself, and just had a little meal. There was some confusion over that. Apparently I ordered a vegetarian meal, and they tried to give me some pate, and they tried to give me a vegetarian meal. But it's a good flight. The crew's very attentive and friendly. But there's a language barrier. They're always in the aisle. You can't go to the bathroom because they're in the aisle the whole time, handing out tea and coffee. But anyway, a lot more service than you'd ever get in the United States on a short flight, for sure. And airplanes, the interior's not new, but it's spotless. I mean, this airplane is really clean. Boarding was weird, so we took a bus. I was the only priority passenger, so I had my own bus, but I had to wait like 30 minutes for everybody else to cram on another bus. And then after I got on my own private bus, they ended up cramming it full of people anyway. And then when we got to the airplane, they still had the other people waiting on the bus. It's like they went through all this effort to try to give me a special bus, but it was ended up being kind of a joke. So anyway, we're right on time. As long as my bag showed up, I'm in good shape. Thumbs up to Vietnam Airlines. It's a little irritating, a little confusing, but so far so good. Hopefully they give me my Delta points and get me my bag. Alright, so I have arrived at Van Don Airport right on time. And I'm sitting here in this super swanky leather seated bus getting ready to leave. It was 200 Vietnamese dong, which is like $7. And you got to pass through a gauntlet of taxi drivers who want to charge $700, which is like $23, $24. And I mean, this bus is so nice, man. Why would you want to take a taxi? I mean, that's insane. It remains to be seen where I'll get dropped off and how long. I'll probably have to take a taxi over to the hotel, but I did show him my address. He didn't understand it. But yeah, and kind of like Twilight Zone arriving at the airport. I've never seen an airport so empty in my life. Like, it appears that they only use one gate, and it's like this old airport with nothing happening. And then you go inside and it's like super clean. So I don't know how many flights operate out of this airport, but it's not many for sure. And the bags came up in 5 minutes. Like, I've never seen that before. I don't even know how they did it, to be honest with you. But so, yeah, great deal. Don't have to take a cab, saving a lot of money. And this is a really nice bus. I hope I can get a bus like this on the way back to Hanoi here in 2 days. All right, see you at the hotel. All right, Welcome to the Best Western Halong. And I must say I'm actually shocked at how nice this room is. Got a nice little kitchen area there. You can tell this place has just been remodeled. Either that or it's new. Very nice, very nice. Surprising for a Best Western. Living room action. Nice looking king size bed. Nice closet area. And a balcony, which is very high up. I don't like it that much, being up this high, but you can see one of the main attractions is it's a nice temple and some other kind of thing. So it's right across my room, but it looks like the cable car to get up there is all the way on the other side of the river. So there's the main bridge, and I'm right downtown, but I'm on the wrong side of the building to be able to see the bay, but I'm right downtown. So that's good. They let me check in early because I am very early. It's almost 11 o'clock. I took about an hour to get here from the airport. So everything's looking good. It looks to me like a lot, if not everything, is closed for this is the day after the holiday. So that's kind of a bummer, but I'm getting ready to go out and explore and get on my cruise in the morning. This was 16,000 Best Western points for 2 nights. So I am a happy camper at this point. Good morning from the Halong Bay cruise port. There's the office there behind me. I'm in the back. You can see it's not very nice. It's actually nicer out front. And so I'm waiting for the check-in to open for my cruise, which is called the Ambassador Cruise. And so they have a nice lounge in there where you wait when you check in with some coffee and whatnot. I'm super early because I was concerned about being able to get a taxi because of Tet. And sure enough, it was hard to get one, but I'm here. And so, give you a different view. You can see the sun is starting to come up. Unfortunately, it looks super cloudy today. It was cloudy when I got here yesterday, but nothing I can do about that. Hopefully once we get out in the bay, it won't impact too much. But you can see the boats here. I believe I will board one of those smaller boats to take me out to the big boat. I think that's the way it works. And you also might be able to see, I'm not sure if you can see in the video, but there's a big cruise ship back there. There's actually 2 ships here today. And when I say cruise ships, I mean luxury and ultra luxury. I don't think the big ones come in here. I could be wrong about that, but Princess, NCL, Celebrity, all those, I don't believe they can come in here. I could be wrong, but yesterday there was Celebrity, or excuse me, not Celebrity, Crystal, and Seabourn was in here yesterday, or no, Silver Sea. So there's 2 of them in here yesterday, and I believe the Crystal spent the night. And another one has just arrived because the people are coming by me in buses. So it has just arrived this morning. I can't see from here which one it is. But, those luxury ships are 700 passenger ships, not the big, huge cruise ships. So they are all piling into town on the buses from the cruise ship. And there's a lot of hustle and bustle. Obviously, workers come in to work on all the boats, and inside in the office where all the check-in areas are and everything. So I am super excited. Ambassador cruise, 8-hour cruise all day, $84. $84 includes breakfast and lunch and all the activities. And then there's some extra activities you can pay for once you get out there, like kayaking and stuff like that. It's kind of chilly. I'm not going to be doing that, but supposedly there's a boat you can get in to go through a blue cave or something. I'll pay extra for that if I'm not going to get soaked. And so that's it, $84. You got to buy your own beer, but it includes breakfast and lunch. I've seen a couple different itineraries. One said light breakfast and one said breakfast. So I don't know which is true. I don't care, but apparently the lunch is pretty good. So $84. That includes a $15 service charge, or a service charge is not the one I want to call it. $15 add-on because of the holiday, so normally it would be $69. Now, of course, you could show up here and get it for cheaper, but I booked it online, and the only reason I did that is because of the holiday. If it wasn't for the holiday, I would have just shown up here yesterday and bought a ticket for this morning. But I did not want to chance it, because not everybody is operating during the holiday. Apparently only about half the boats are operating, so I was concerned about flying all the way here and getting shut out, which would not be good. So waiting to check in, can't wait. I'm going to be trying to preserve some battery today since it'll be a long day, so signing off for now.
I can see the whole city from this balcony. Back in 2019, I was outside.
All right, I am on the boat.
I don't care what factor you was in, you can't offer
I
me.
thought we had to board a smaller boat to go out to the big one, but maybe because of the holiday and not as many boats operating. We're parked right here at the dock. See some of the other ships. We walk by a number of boats, and I would say ours is one of the bigger ones. I don't know that it's one of the nicer ones, but it's definitely one of the bigger ones. So there's downtown Halong. There's the bridge. There's the Crystal ship. They've been here since yesterday. I don't know why they're staying here for so long. That's kind of weird, I think. Over there you can see my hotel. Excuse me. So the sun is trying to come out. Hopefully by the time we get out on the bay, we are going to be leaving here in just a few minutes and having breakfast. They have assigned tables, and mine is on the first deck, so And the buffet is up in the front there. So yeah, quite nice. Just chilling out, waiting for us to get ready to depart. So that's the boat tour. All right, just cruised out of the harbor into Halong Bay. And as you can see, it's super cloudy. The sun is trying to come out over there. Fingers crossed for the rest of the day, but I'm not going to hold my breath, unfortunately. 16,000 islands. Ambassador Cruise. And you can go to the bow and do the Titanic thing if you want. It's kind of windy. I'm afraid to have my phone blown up. But anyway, we're headed out. It's nice and warm. It's windy, but it's just too hazy to see everything so far. Had some breakfast. Breakfast consisted of pho. Now, they had it set up on the outside deck. I questioned the wisdom of having a bunch of people with hot bowls of broth walking across the deck with little kids running everywhere, because I learned that kids are free. So they're everywhere. All right, and this is on the party deck. People enjoying their breakfast. For breakfast. Oh, I see the sun. I see the sun. I don't know how it's going to burn the clouds off for these islands here. This is where the party happens later today on the way back. Got a few stops to make in the meantime. And once I get some lunch in me, time to start drinking some beer. All right, there's one of our sister boats for Ambassador Cruise. It's way smaller than ours. Like, I'm literally looking down at it. And as we approach more of the islands, I think we're a little bit closer, but also some of the fog is let up. This is about the best I've been able to see so far. Fog's lifted just a little bit. The sun is peeking through just a little bit. It's pretty awesome. Can't believe I'm here. So we are headed to the Luon Cave. That's our first stop. And they have put us on small boats to go in there. That should be interesting, how they're going to put these hundreds of people on these small boats, but hey, I'm just along for the ride. I'll do whatever is included. Later we're going to Titov Island, and I'm going to climb the hill, and hopefully I'll be able to get a view from up there. And we're also going to forget what it's called, but I'm going to ride a bamboo boat through the blue cave thingy. That was an extra charge. That was an extra 100,000 dong, which is what, $3? $3 extra. I'm not really much for pho and having broth and noodles in the morning, but I have to tell you, it was delicious. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. and I've been afraid to try it, especially in Hanoi, because of their food safety standards, but the boat here is clean. I trust them to make good, safe food. The pho for breakfast was very good. All right, I am in the belly of the beast now. This is our first stop on the boat, called Sot Cave. I have not gone in the cave yet. Still have some more stairs to climb. I've just climbed all those, but you can see the little boats bring you from the big boats, which are on the other side of those mountains there, or islands. And it's quite an operation. They come in and drop people off as fast as you can possibly imagine. And now that we're close by, and maybe it's cleared up a little bit, but man, this place is, I mean, words can't even describe how beautiful it is, really. All right, getting ready to climb the rest of the stairs and go into the cave, Sot Cave. So here's another vantage point. I've made it to the top, and now I'm getting ready to descend into the cave. Look at this. This is beautiful. Yet another room. And if you see all those people up there, that's where I came from. We came down into here. And now back out this way. Oh look, there's a whole nother room right over there. They said there's lots of caves here in Halong Bay, but they said this is the biggest one. I mean, there's 16,000 islands, so there's bound to be some other caves. Faux show. And here's another one. Oh, wow. Wow. Holy cow. This is the biggest one yet. By a lot. Wow. So I got to go all the way around there, and I'm assuming that's the way out. And I have to be back on the boat in 10 minutes, so I better start moving. I'm finally out, and I have to get all the way over to there to my boat. The problem is everyone is very slow. It's quite treacherous, but no problem for me. The problem is all the people that shouldn't be in here that are really slow, and you get stuck behind them. All right, due back on the boat here in 2 minutes. Hope I make it. All right, so I've made it back down here to the dock. I was 3 minutes late, and somehow there's people behind me. So I guess late's a relative term, but you can see this is, man, this is so beautiful. There's the cave where I just came from. Man, this is really cool. Really cool. See, the big ones can't even come back here. Our boat's too big to come back here. That's why you have to get on the little ones. There's a fancy ones right there. know if you can see him. He's really nice, and he's much smaller right there than us, and he actually can make it all the way in here. All right, ready to get back on my boat. All right, so we've left the cave, and now we're going to Titov Island. And you can see everything real good for these small boats. The problem is these windows are dirty. Let's see if I put it closer, maybe. See, that's dirt. All this that you see there, that's dirt. The outside of the windows. They said it takes about 5 minutes to get to Titov Island, where I'm going to climb to the top. And they said you can see all of Hanoi Bay from up there. I can't wait. Of course, with it being hazy, I don't know how that's going to work. And they got this damn signs. They got all these small boats that transport you from the larger ones. See what kind of scenery we can get as we pull out of this little harbor. Alright. Yeah, that's a real good view. On these little boats, you can't go upstairs like you can on the big one. If I was up on the top, going through here, I'd be able to get some really good footage. I think actually coming here during Tet was better because I've seen pictures where there's boats everywhere and it kind of detracts from the natural beauty of the place when there's so many boats. And you can see there, out in the main large part of the bay, there's a big industrial ship and there's tons of them out there. And so they're obviously waiting in line for the port. It's a big, huge port right behind that bridge near my hotel. So they probably have to wait in line. I've seen that in Panama, I've seen that in Gibraltar. It's a beautiful bay. And you got all these ugly industrial ships. Titov Island in 5 minutes. All right, I am at the top of Titov Island. We'll do a panorama all the way around here. To this side. It's beautiful. And trust me, it is not easy. It's not an easy climb. I'm in shape, and it was hard for me.
All right, good. Thank you so much. It's great. Great, perfect. Perfect. Okay, one more.
It's not really the climbing that's the issue. I mean, it is an issue, but the problem is they don't give you enough time. Like, I'm supposed to be back down there in 12 minutes. It's like they don't give you any time. And the brochure says you can go to the beach and climb to the top of the island. Well, you can do one or the other. You certainly can't do both. The beach is tiny. It's probably too cold anyway, but it's true. You can see everything from up here. But it's really beautiful on a nice day, on a day that's not hazy and cloudy, but you can still see it. All right, here's a nice view from about halfway up. Maybe less than halfway, a lot closer to the bay. You can see the beach down there. That's where I'm trying to get to in 4 minutes. Oh, but I had to stop here and rest. It's not hard coming down, but it's treacherous. If you got bad knees, I feel so sorry for some of these people. Some of these people are really struggling, and they don't even try to warn people. Yeah, so these boats here, I mean, they're full-size ones. They're not the little transport boats like we took, but they're, I don't know, they're not nearly as big as ours. So ours has to park outside the main area. That's one thing to think about is, is bigger better? If you can get closer to the beauty on a smaller one, even though it might not be as nice. And by the way, I looked into a lot of them, and they all follow kind of the same schedule. So my one critique is there's just no way to accomplish everything in the time they give you. They say go to the beach and climb the island. Well, I went as fast as I could up that hill. I took a few pictures, I rested for 3 minutes, and I headed right straight back down. And now again, I'm late, just like I was at the caves. Really beautiful. All right, made it back down. Get ready to head over there to the boat. I'm 2 minutes late. But they're just gonna have to wait because they give you like no time. I mean, I'm so out of breath and I'm in good shape. You should have seen some of those people. People in flip-flops, old people, people in long sleeves, people in coats. I mean, this is cold to them. I had to take my coat off because it's hot. But yeah, it sure is beautiful. Sure is beautiful. All right, whoop. Getting a little wobbly here on my feet, so I better get on the boat. All right, here's the little beach you can hang out on if you don't want to climb the mountain all the way to up there. All right, there's my boat, so I'm gonna bring up the rear here. That was a long climb, a lot longer than it looks. All right, back on the big boat. And we are parked for lunch, which is good because I didn't want to miss anything while I was trying to eat. You can see it's cleared up a little bit. Not perfect, but you can get the idea. Lunch was great, by the way. There's the grill, which I actually didn't try any of that. I tried some of this grilled vegetables and whatnot. I didn't try any grilled meat. The lunch was better than I expected. Huge buffet. It would especially be good for you if you like seafood or sushi because they had tons of it. But I don't eat that stuff. They had plenty of other meats, pasta, tons of really fancy salad, cheese, I mean, you name it, desserts. And just thought I would try to take in this. This must be the kind of the main part. And I have seen pictures of this where it's just completely packed full of boats. So, despite the weather, this is probably a pretty good day. Yeah, really good lunch. Piano player playing in the dining room. and looks like a lady's getting ready to sing. But I'd rather take in the scenery than hear somebody sing. It is not lost on me that I'm blessed to be able to do this kind of stuff. Not only to have the time and money to do it, but to be able to climb those hills at my age, because it wasn't easy. A lot of people struggle with it, so I'm very blessed. All right, so next on the agenda is Luon Cave. It's a self-contained lake inside a closed arch-shaped mountain. And I'm going on a bamboo boat, which was 100 Vietnamese dongs more. They also had a kayak. I wasn't going to do that. And they have strongly suggested not to bring electronic equipment. She said they lose a phone on every cruise. And I don't want it to be mine, so I'm not going to show it to you. Although the bamboo boat is obviously less risky than the kayak. But we're going to do that next. Then there's going to be a cooking class down in the dining room and supposedly music on the deck. So you know where I'll be. It ain't going to be at the cooking class. All right, next stop, Luon Cave. All right, so back on the boat, and we're out in the middle of the big harbor, so with the haze you can't see everything, but you can see enough. And I got close to the belly of the beast, so they're having a cooking class downstairs, but I am up on the main deck where they're having a band. I got me a nice beer, Heineken, and I'm gonna stay up here and cruise back. So if there's anything to see based on the weather, I will show it to you. Battery dependent. Battery's running a little low at the moment, but just returned from my excursion at Luon Cave, and I do regret not taking the phone. I could have taken it. I guess they have to tell you that. They suggest that you don't. The boat was wet, and the boat does rock, stuff like that. But anyway, there is some risk. But so I was thinking it was kind of like a blue lagoon, like I've been to in Italy, but actually it's a lake inside an island, and you have to go through a cave to get in there. And it's absolutely beautiful, and it's just really cool. So they have the bamboo boats. They're not bamboo, they're fiberglass, and that must be the style or something like that. But so you can either do that or you can do the kayaks. And word to the wise, if you're a kayaker, those boats will run right into you if you're in their way. I mean, we smacked into a couple kayaks, and people had no idea we were behind them. It's wham! So that was kind of interesting, but and then we saw some monkeys on the banks of the little lake inside the. These mountains are really high, you know, really high, with these huge cliffs, straight up cliffs, absolutely beautiful. I wish I would have taken the camera. But that's called the Luon Cave, and it's really a lake, and you have to go through a cave to get there. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and again, some of the smaller ships, some of the smaller boats, they could park right there, whereas we had to take a small boat to get over there. So that's a cost-benefit analysis. You know, do you want to take a big ship like this and have to take a small boat to get to these places? Because that does cost you time. I mean, that's probably 45 minutes out of an 8-hour day was spent just going back and forth to different islands. And so those smaller ones can just pull right up. But most of them don't look that nice. And scale-wise, I'm quite sure they can't offer this kind of meal and stuff. I mean, both meals I had were great. The beer's a little pricey. It's about 4 times what you would pay on shore. And I had a Coke Zero with lunch. It was about double what you would pay on shore. So anyway, I'm ready for the pool party or the band that's getting ready to play, and it takes us about an hour to get back to shore. So it's been good. Bummer on the weather, but there's nothing I can do about it. I was able to see enough. I don't think all the video is going to come out as great as I would like, but thanks for coming along, and I will. Oh, we're moving. Oh, we're moving, and there's a DJ. I heard there's a band, but what I see now is a DJ, so let's get it. We don't know what the band is, but anyway, it's better than a cooking class down in the dining room, which I'm sure is interesting, but why would I want to do that when I can watch this scenery? All right, time for the party. All right, we're on the way back. The sun is peeking out a little bit. You can see right there, right above it, you got a little sun peeking out, which is nice. You can see the view here. The band is playing, which is actually the piano player from downstairs. Now he's playing electric keyboard instead of a grand piano down in the ballroom, but it's better than that jungle music they were playing earlier. If you look carefully, you can see not the city side, but the side where my hotel is. My hotel is right there. I can see it. We're supposed to have an hour left. Doesn't seem to me like we're an hour away. Going slow. On the other side, we got a view. And you can see the city right there. There's one of the other ships coming by. The sea octopus. It's pretty nice. I just don't understand why people sit inside when there's this beautiful view. Nobody's sitting outside on that, but they're all sitting inside. I don't get it. Sure is beautiful. I wish I had another day. There are some other places you can go, like Bonha Bay and Cat Ba Island, which I would definitely do if I was here longer. Because of the holiday, there's absolutely nothing going on in town, so it's kind of boring actually. Here's my hotel, right there. I'll film up floating in the harbor. Maybe that'd be interesting. Some tugboats going out. They may be going to get one of those ships. The port, the big port, is past the bridge there on the left. So here's the main part of Halong, and then over here is the side that my hotel's on. As you can see, you know, those islands are right off. Might be able to see see, there's some buildings like right on my street. Crazy. I wish I had a room on that side of the hotel. I have a city mountain view rather than a bay view. There's my hotel right there. It's interesting, my hotel to the where the boat left from is about half a mile as the crow flies, but you got to go back up that hill and over the bridge. It's quite an ordeal to get over there. And I see a cruise ship there. I only see one left, one's still there, right in there somewhere. So this was just a day cruise from 8 to 4, and what a lot of people do is they do an overnight cruise, so it leaves at noon and it gets back at noon the next day, and it basically does the same things we did, except, you know, you spend the night on the boat. The reason it doesn't leave till noon is because they pick you up in Hanoi and drive you here. So anyway, this worked for me, and yeah, I'd like to try that Luon Cave or Cambodia Island if I had more time, but those are some options for you. I really don't see a whole lot in how long to do. I know it's a holiday and everything's closed, but if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably just come from Hanoi. That'd make for a long day for sure. If you try to do a day tour, you just drive all the way here, 2.5, 3 hours, get on this cruise, and you get back to Hanoi probably 8 o'clock at night. That doesn't sound like fun to me. But if I did the overnight thing, I think that would be a good option. So the only reason I spent the night here and didn't do the overnight is because I had the best Western points that I wanted to burn up. So, all right, signing off from Ambassador Cruises. I will wrap a bow around Halong Bay, Ambassador Cruise, and the best Western Halong, probably in the morning. Good night. All right, well, good morning. Good morning. I have arrived back in Hanoi, and so I've had an interesting morning. I was planning to do a video before I left Halong to put a bow around Halong Bay, Halong City, and the Best Western. And it was interesting. So I came back from breakfast this morning. It was about 7:30, and my shuttle that the hotel arranged was to arrive at 9 o'clock, so I had plenty of time. I was going to do my video, get ready, pack, all the normal things, and the phone rings. And they said the shuttle wants to pick you up at 5 minutes till 8. So I had 25 minutes to shower up, pack up, and check out. They said it was because of Tet, because of the traffic. There was no traffic until we hit Hanoi. But anyway, I was happy to do that. I was just glad I was there to to get the call. So I got the shuttle, very nice, leather seats, good shuttle, no traffic, very safe driver, drove all the way to Hanoi, and then we stopped at their office and they threw me in a small car with 5 other people and, crammed like sardines. And anyway, but I'm here. $15 to get from Halong to my hotel. So, that last few miles was kind of difficult, but for $15, I cannot complain. So I am here. So let's wrap a bow around Halong. So I'll start with the hotel since they're the ones who arranged that shuttle, and I was just talking about that. So Best Western, the reason I wanted to wait to make the kind of wrap up around that is I wanted to, check out the breakfast. It's the first breakfast that I've bought since I've been in, 2 weeks. I haven't bought a breakfast yet. But staying on points at the Best Western and having no status. And I knew today was going to be a long day, so I wanted to get some breakfast. And the breakfast buffet was excellent. Excellent. It was $280, which I think that's about $15. Let me look at my chart. Yeah, $15-ish dollars, right? $280. And it was excellent buffet. And so, wrap a bow around the Best Western. Nice hotel, really nice. Way better than I expected for a Best Western. People couldn't have been nicer. Everything was good. It's on the wrong side of the bridge from, to make it convenient in terms of getting on the boat and all that good stuff. But I will say that my experience in Halong, the city, there wasn't really anything nice on that side. So really the only reason to go to Halong is for the Halong Bay. And I talked yesterday a little bit about the different options for seeing the bay and things like that. I wish I would have had another one more day. There are some other options that you can do. And my initial plan was to do the overnight from Hanoi and spend the night on the boat. And that's about $300. But when you consider that you're saving a night's hotel, that's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. So that would have been an option, but I had a free hotel, so I went with it and got to do everything, got to see everything. And so how long? Not much of a reason to go there other than the bay, but of course that's a huge, huge reason. Hotel's good. Thumbs up to the Best Western. Even on Halong Bay, awesome. Just awesome. Ambassador Cruise, talked about that yesterday. They get a big thumbs up. That cruise is really, really well run. The food was excellent. The boat was nice. Everything was as advertised. It was good. My only critique is we just didn't have enough time at the first 2 stops. We boarded a small boat. We made 2 stops. First was to the caves, and the second one was to the Titov Island. And they gave us 40 minutes in each stop. Not nearly enough. If we would have had an hour in each stop, that would have been perfect. And so that would be my only really critique of that particular cruise. Other than that, it was awesome. It was really good. So Ambassador gets a thumbs up. So I'm back in Hanoi. I'm in the Westlake area, which I only passed through on the tour bus when I got here. So I understand there might be some trendy restaurants and clubs and stuff. So I might go out and explore, but I'm at the end of my trip. And, anyway, I'm going to shut her down here for a second and then give you a room tour of the Sheraton Hanoi on Westlake.